Day 7 brings us back to theme, which if you remember is the lesson of the story. So I'm going to write myself that note again. Then I'm going to read the entire story as well as the question and all 4 answer choices. When I look for nonsense answer choices, I see that I can cross off answer choice B because that's not a lesson that you would want to learn. Lying is never okay. I can also cross off answer choice C because it's not important how quickly you make friends. It's about the kind of friends you make and how kind you are to each other. When I look back in the story to find clues to match either answer choice A or D, I see that answer choice A is correct because he pretended to know how to play hockey, to know how to fish, to know how to play the guitar, and then all of his friends realized that he had lied and they didn't want to be his friend anymore. If he had just been himself, I bet they still would have wanted to be his friend. You then should have read the next story as well as the question and all of the answer choices. I'm again going to write my note that the theme is the lesson of the story. Then I'm going to look for any nonsense answer choices. When I do that, I see that answer choice D is a nonsense choice because that is not a lesson that you would want to learn. You don't want to always blame your little brothers for lost toys. When I look for clues, I see that answer choice B is correct because at the beginning of the story, he was angry before knowing where his toy was. Then, at the end of the story, he found facts that told him his dad had accidentally put the toy in his brother's room, so he didn't really have a reason to get mad. So I bet he felt pretty bad about getting mad at his brother without a good reason. Day 7's vocabulary skill practice is research questions and resources. And if you remember from my note at the end of day 6, I told you that reliable means resources that you can trust the most. Question 1 is asking which resource would have current facts on a new museum that the city is building. Well, I can cross off answer choice A because if the museum is new, it would not have had a chance to make it into a book about museums yet. I can also cross off answer choice C because while the school principal may be interested in the new museum, he doesn't really have a part in building it or knowing about it much, so he's not going to be able to tell you much about it. However, a newspaper would have a lot of facts about the new museum because newspapers try to put out articles on up-to-date events going on in the area. That's why they are called a newspaper because they try to give current news. Question 2 is asking for the most reliable source. Remember, that's the source that can be trusted the most. Well, I automatically know that D, the American Medical Association website, is the most reliable because the other 3 answer choices are about friends, and we know that a medical website is going to be more trustworthy than your friends. Question 3 is asking you which reliable source would you use to write a paper on chickenpox. Well, you would have to know that chickenpox is an infection that you can get and not a type of food. So you can cross off answer choices B and C because they were trying to trick you into looking at the word chicken as food. So now I know that the correct answer choice is D, a doctor, because a doctor is going to know more about an infection than a dictionary is. A dictionary might tell me what chickenpox is, but a doctor is going to be able to tell me the symptoms, the cure, the percent of people who get it, etc. Question 4 asks us to add an extra fact to a list of facts that have already been written about gorillas. So we would need to kind of find the main theme or the idea of the facts that are already written. When I do that, I can cross off answer choices B and D because those are talking about the girl because it says the word I, whereas the facts up above are talking just about the gorillas. They are not personal, they're not opinionated, they are factual. I know that A is the best answer choice because C is talking about the local zoo, whereas the facts are talking about gorillas in general, all over the world. So I know that the best answer choice is going to be A, what do gorillas eat? The last question was kind of tricky because you had to know what all four answer choices were. The question is asking, which reference source would you use to locate a book by a specific author at the library? Well, I can cross off answer choice B because an almanac is a calendar that tells you things like astronomical data or tide tables, and a new one is put out every year. I can also cross off answer choice C because the Dewey Decimal System puts books in order by subject, not author. And finally, I can cross off answer choice D because a guide to periodicals shows you where popular articles can be found. So the correct answer choice is A, a computerized card catalog, which can tell you where books are by specific authors.